from Locmans Advisors, and I'm here speaking to one of our senior accountants, McConville. Welcome, Megan.
Thanks, Margie.
So today we're just going to be speaking to you about business activity statements. I don't understand them at all, and I can see from our clients that sometimes it is a little bit of a blind spot. So can you just get us started, Megan? What are they?
Of course, so business activity statement, we like to call them BASs, but I'll try not to. The most basic business activity statement is to report your GST to the ATO. So each quarter you need to let the ATO know what your total sales were, what the GST you charged on those sales were, which should be 10% unless there were GST-free sales. And then you also need to let them know the GST credits which you would have received from making purchases.
So even if I'm not registered for GST, do I need to lodge a BAS?
No, you only need to lodge a BAS once you've registered for GST.
Lovely. Okay, so what are the lodgement dates around that? I mean, like, are they due once a year, twice a year?
So they're due every quarter, so that's 4 times a year. So the quarter ends, the first one September, and then December, March, and then June. If you lodge them yourself, they're due the following month. So the September business activity statement would be due in October, I think the 25th of October. But as business activity statement agents, we're allowed a 28-day extension. So the September wouldn't be due until December.
So if you engage with us to do your BASs, we just have that little bit of extra time.
That is correct, yes.
Why is that? Do we know why that is?
I think it's a bit of a incentive for business owners to use an accountant. As accountants, we do a thorough review just to make sure that everything that you're reporting is correct. So we like to just double check that the sales figures look correct compared with the GST on sales. We'll also look through all the purchases and make sure that you're claiming as many GST credits as you're allowed to.
Awesome. So is that just like why they're so important, is to just get those sales figures and all of that information correct?
That's right, yes. And the ATO have become quite strict on the due dates as well. So it's really important to get the quarterly BASs done on time and also paid on time. So the ATO have been quite lenient with making payment plans, but one of the conditions of the payment plans is you need to continue to lodge on time. So that's both for the BASs and for your tax returns. You need to be lodged on time and paid on time, otherwise there's a chance that payment plan will default.
So how do BASs interact with other obligations that we have as business owners to the ATO? Things like GST, making sure our payroll is correct, our pay-as-you-go instalments you sort of touched on. Can you just explain that a little bit more for us?
Yeah, sure thing. So the most basic BAS will just report the GST, but if you do have payroll as well, if you're an employer, you'll need to report your wages and the amount which you have withheld from your employees as pay-as-you-go withholding tax. And once you have lodged that business activity statement, you'll need to make payment of that pay-as-you-go withholding tax at that point in time.
And something that we just went through recently was our Fringe Benefit Tax. The financial year for that is a bit different for our normal financial year. So how does Fringe Benefit Tax fit into these BAS statements?
Yeah, so if you've lodged a Fringe Benefit Tax return previously and have had to make a payment to the ATO for that Fringe Benefit Tax return, the ATO could assess that you need to pay that kind of tax now in instalments. So those instalments then get included on your business activity statement.
Great, awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time today, Megan. I hope you guys have learned something just as I have. If you have any concerns about lodging your BAS and you'd like some help, please just book in a discovery meeting with us or give us a call.